And I think to myself, if that never happens, then what happens to me? Like, what if? Like, what is really inside of me that makes me think that I should be telling people anything? I think imposter syndrome is sometimes something that a lot of people have to kind of get through.
But going along with, downplaying certain things and downplaying how good we are, our imagination, everything like that. I was watching an interview of Lewis Howes and Van Lathan, right? And he says something so deep about a topic we don't really talk about, which is imposter syndrome. So let's go listen to this.
What I doubt is that I belong here.
Belong where?
Where I'm at. I don't see anything special about myself. Looking at TMZ, Kanye West comes into the room. Me and Kanye have this moment, right?
And then all of a sudden
things change.
Take off.
Boom.
And you were at TMZ for how long at that point?
7 years. You know what I think about? I think about what happens if Kanye never walks into the room.
Where would you be?
Yeah. Everyone then sort of goes, hey, this guy's talented, this, and I get a chance to display all of these things to different people. I mean, great
After
people.
7 years of...
After 7 years of doing basically the same thing every day and putting on every day and proving myself there, one moment changes it. And I think to myself, if that never happens, then what happens to me? Like, what if? Like, what is really inside of me that makes me think that I should be telling people anything? I think imposter syndrome is sometimes something that a lot of people have to kind of get through.
Yeah, it's so crazy, man. I think it's one of those battles that a lot of us go through because, and again, talking about conformity, seeing what success looks like online, a lot of us feel that the only way to be successful is to be in a position where we have to teach, lead, and be owners of some sort, right? So there is a little bit of pressure that comes with it because you're saying, well, I want to be successful. And if that's what success looks like, then I guess I got to do that. But you can go almost against what you really feel is right or what is really you. And there's some friction along the path. You're like, why am I here? For some people, it works out simply because of a variety of different reasons. You might have been an early adapter on a platform, got tremendous opportunity, and people were willing to listen to you. You might actually be pretty skilled or charismatic, and people gravitated to your intelligence and your wit or your style or whatever it may be, and you got the attention that you wanted. But the interesting thing is, I'm actually in a season in my life now where I am, and take this with a grain of salt, right? Because I'm not saying that I'm on this stratosphere of a limelight, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to be famous. Like, I don't know that I want to be known like that because I'm becoming more in tune with the things that come with the fame. And that's the part that I realize is really not for everybody. So could it be imposter syndrome? It could be, but I don't think it is because it has a level of intelligence around the things that come with it. So yeah, we'll always talk ourselves down. Many of us will, especially. But I do think a big part of it is because we're seeing that today success means I'm in a position to teach somebody or tell them how to live a certain way, which is not always the case. Like, I don't think you need to be in those positions to be successful or to be considered successful.
I can see where you're going with that. And it's cool because I actually tweeted something today similar to, it's like, I don't want to be where everyone is, like chilling with everybody. I don't want to be outside, but I want to be respected everywhere. So I don't want to be everywhere, but I want to be respected everywhere, right? So, and I mean, there's multiple reasons for that, but I feel that the respect and of me, you just don't always see me. I think it has a better feeling. Now I have no problem people knowing of me, me being outside too much, not all the time, but here and there. I don't mind that, right? I think with this particular clip, it's a thing that a lot of people actually go through. And he even states it like, I don't find myself special. And I'm very aware that imposter syndrome is a situation, but I also believe that it is definitely a confidence thing. Like, of just whether it is something that you're not confident in somewhere else. Maybe you're very confident in your craft, but there's something else that's happening that almost makes you doubt yourself of how good you could speak, or your perspective matters, or because something else outside of that may be a little lacking, right? Whatever it is, that's my opinion. And those people who think that are great at what they do. And we value their perspective. We value their point of view. And they're like, nah, it's not that deep. And I think it's above, because, some people be like, oh, it's being humble. No, I think it's above being, I think they honestly feel, I'm not that deep, dog. Like, how am I getting this success? Maybe, and then they start comparing over this person. Why would people, but I always go back to, everybody has an audience. Like, your voice is needed to certain individuals or group of people or culture. Like, it's needed. It may not be for everybody, but it's needed. And we have to step more into that. Like, I'll take this podcast for example. It's not for everybody. Everybody's gonna rock with it. Some people be like, who in the world are these two people, right? Cool. I'm expecting that. Some people may not like the way I speak, the way Moose speaks. I'm okay with that. But somebody does. And that doesn't lower my value or lower the perspective that I have just because these people don't like it, right? Or it's not accepted over here. Like, I think we all have certain crafts, certain voices, certain skills for a reason, and we just got to step more into it. But it is a struggle when you have exposure to a lot of things. That's where I feel the imposter syndrome comes into it. And I think we hear more and more about it because of how much we're exposed to everybody. So we see what this person's doing, what that person's doing, and then you're looking at yourself like, hold on. Like he said, I've been here 7 years. But if this didn't happen, where would I be? He probably still have a whole destiny of blowing up. It may not have been at that moment, but if the Kanye situation didn't happen, it was bound to happen, right? And I don't like, and not saying on him per se, but I don't like how when certain events happen, we do that. Because I've been on that too. Like, yo, if I never met this person, if I never did this, like, where would there be a me? Would there be? Yes, there would. Yes, there would. It's just a timing situation. So, like, I understand, but I don't like the imposter syndrome because we are worth something. We're valued to other people. And it's more of like, we have to see that. It's a self issue. And I wouldn't know the first step, except for acceptance, to even battle that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because it's going to happen countless of times, especially for, for entrepreneurs and creators. It's going to happen because you see other people in different levels, and you're like, okay, I may be a 10, but so and so is a 20, so this seems never ending. You know, how do I have this and they have this? They've been in it for 15 years. I've been in it for 7. Like, everything happens for a reason. We got to be okay with it. We got to be like accepting of it. And once that happens, then everything that we're supposed to have unravels. But we get caught up in our feelings. And I get it because I've done it too. I've absolutely done it too. So, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's crazy because I feel like it's the people who shouldn't worry about imposter syndrome are the ones who feel it the most. It's like, because imposter syndrome to some extent is you feeling like you're a fraud, right? You're like, man, I kind of feel that I don't deserve to be here to some extent because maybe I don't have the highest level of credibility or experience or whatever it may be. But the fact that you're even thinking about it means that you have enough integrity to care about those things. So you probably shouldn't have to worry about it. But the ones who probably have to worry about it are the ones who are just like, yo, I don't care about that. And so they don't suffer from it. So I think in short, man, if you're struggling with it because it is a real thing, I think both Nicky and I have kind of dealt with it at different stages or to different degrees. If you're even considering it, that should let you know that you're not the problem. Like, you're not the issue that is creating the bigger problem at large, whatever it is that you're concerned about. If you're thinking about it, you're not the problem.